The weather in Mojacar has just completely lost it. It's been raining for pretty much 4 straight days, and it's just never supposed to rain here. And it hasn't just been like light rain, it's been like full-on storms, borderline flooding kind of rain. There's been a couple flood warnings in the area, and there's a fair amount of damage out on the roads and in the towns and stuff. I got back from a really nice 4-hour ride today, and one of the roads leading up to Sawbass was basically just a mud road from all the dirt that had washed onto the road with all the rain. This window in the hallway is leaking as well. These houses are not designed for rain.
Yeah, so is the door.
I think that is the brownest sea I've ever seen. It's been just over a week since I put up my last video, and the main reason for that is this guy. This is the GoPro Hero 4 Session that I do 95% of my vlogging on. It's a camera that is perfect for what I do. It's like bomb proof. I can put it in my back pocket, I can sweat all over it, I can give it to Sarah, she can go and dive in the pool. It's really been a solid workhorse for me. But the last time it went to the pool, it came back and there was a bit of condensation inside the screen, and when I tried to turn it on, it just wouldn't work. I tried drying it, I tried charging it, I tried resetting it, and still nothing. So I don't have a camera that I can take out riding with me at the moment, which means I haven't been able to film any content whilst I've been out on the bike. I tried to use my phone, but it's a sort of $70 Huawei grocery store special, and it leaves quite a lot to be desired on the quality front. I can't take this camera out with me because it's a Canon SLR, and A, it doesn't fit in my back pocket, and B, it is not an action camera at all. So content out on the bike is proving to be quite difficult for me. GoPro have said that they will warranty the camera for me, which is unusual for them as they normally won't warranty for water damage, but it's going to take a couple weeks before I get an action camera back, so it's mainly going to be this. I wanted to talk a little bit about coaching and how that process has evolved for me over the last few years. I started with my current coach in 2010. His name is Ben, and he works for a company called Science to Sport based in Cape Town, South Africa. When I started with him in 2010, I was just recovering from glandular fever. I wanted a coach who was close by. I was studying at that time at the University of Cape Town, and Ben was working literally a couple kilometers up the road at the Sports Science Institute in Cape Town. I also wanted a coach who was using power data so that we could really monitor my fatigue levels and ensure that I didn't go too deep and get sick all over again. I went and had a VO2 max test, we set my zones, and they sent me a month's worth of training. I got on with it, and I started to get really fit really quickly. And from then, things have been consistently good. Every year we find a decent amount of watts at FTP. They seem to nail my peaks for all the races that I'm going for, and in general we have a really good relationship. Probably the biggest thing that's changed is this feedback loop that we have. When I started with Ben, I used to get a month's worth of training. If I needed changes, or if I didn't nail a session, or if there was something I was worried about, I could let him know, and then he would adjust it and resend it to me, and that's how things worked. And over time we've sort of trimmed that down. It wasn't a month, it was a few weeks, and about 6 or 8 months ago we actually decided to start going day by day. So I don't have a training plan for what's coming up. I just literally wake up, get on my phone, send Ben a message, sup dude, what's on the cards for today, and we go from there. He'll ask me how I'm feeling, I'll give him some feedback, he'll decide on a session, I'll go out there and do it, I'll email him my file, he'll analyze it, have a look at it, we'll chat about it, and then he will decide on what is next. Since I haven't been training in Cape Town in probably a good 3 or 4 years, we've had to develop a really good sort of system of feedback, because at the moment I'm currently 11,106 kilometers away, or a casual 6 days and 15 hours of straight driving across Africa. I think the reason that it really works is because we've worked together for so long. He's learned to trust the feedback that I give him, and I've learned to trust that he knows what he's doing and the sessions that he gives me are the right thing for me. Because there are some days when I'm like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it, and he'll say, we need to push through it, we need to get this done. And there's other days when I'll say to him, I'm good, trust me, I've recovered, and he might give me something that he may not have. So the whole shifting to sort of day-by-day training has been quite interesting, because you don't really know what's on the cards until you wake up, which obviously doesn't work for everyone. I think some of the benefits for me is that I don't know what's coming, so I tend to just take it day by day and just focus on the session ahead, the session that I've been given to do that day. Another benefit I think is that we really choose the right session for each day. If I wake up and I'm really not up to something, if I haven't recovered, or if I haven't slept well, or whatever it is, if I'm not up to a session, that I'm not getting out there and trying to do it when I really shouldn't. Because when you're going out there and doing a really tough, high intensity session that you're not ready for, you're really just wasting your time, because you can't hit the numbers that you need to. And obviously there's a really fine line between knowing when to walk away from a session and when to do it. And having trusted communication between myself and him really works, because when I say I'm not capable, he knows I'm not capable, but when he says you need to push through and you need to get it done, I know that it needs to be done and that it's worth it, and according to all the numbers, I'm in a position where I can do it. This is how filthy things were on the road to Sore Bass. Time to give it a clean.